Hey everyone, Cybermat here, and just a few days ago, Nintendo had a new Nintendo Direct. It was 30 minutes long, a lot of announcements in it. Some people seem to be a bit disappointed with it. I just think every time we have one of these Directs, people their hype just goes through the roof, and they just speculate on what could be in it, and they want all these big heavy hitters come out, and that's not exactly how Nintendo rolls. And obviously, they're going to save a number of announcements until E3. And as we saw with the previous Direct, they like the Direct Mini that was a while back. They just announced things for kind of the next few months. I think up until I guess March and April, and this one they announced it up until I think June and July. So they're just slowly coming out with information on games. So let's go ahead and talk about these announcements. So first, surprisingly, they talked about a number of new Nintendo 3DS games. And so a lot of people think that 3DS just needs to die and they just need to concentrate fully on Switch. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think the 3DS is still a fun handheld to play. I play it. I play my Switch more, but I still play my 3DS. I have a number of unbeaten games on that I need to go back to, but the first game they announced was WarioWare Gold. I think this is awesome. There are 300 micro games in it to enjoy. You can use touch controls, the microphone, the gyro built into the 3DS, and these games are always a lot of fun. I have fond memories of playing it in college on my Game Boy Advance SP. So great game series, and hopefully we'll get something from that series on the Switch in the future. Then we have Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. This is another one of those Dylan's Rolling Western sequels. These games they never really looked interesting to me, and so I usually skip them. But apparently, you can use your Mii characters in the game, and a demo is coming out May 10th, and it comes out May 24th on my birthday. If only it was a game I cared about. Then, really surprisingly, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Now, this isn't that surprising considering that we did just get a remake of Superstar Saga. But the big surprise about this is that it's not coming out until 2019. So they're still going to be supporting the 3DS next year, which is wild. Then we have Detective Pikachu. The game looks kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not, but of course then they have the Detective Pikachu amiibo, which is a bit bigger than the original Pikachu amiibo, and so that brings us to the Luigi's Mansion remake on the 3DS. That gets me really excited because I don't have that game on the GameCube, and I never beat it, so I really want to play that game again. And a lot of people are wondering why they didn't bring this to Switch. I think it makes sense on the 3DS considering the sequel came out on the 3DS, and just to have them both together on that system, it makes sense to me. And of course, we could still get GameCube games on the Switch in the future, and I think that'll probably happen. But this is really cool. So I'm really excited about Luigi's Mansion. Moving on to Nintendo Switch, they talked about Kirby Star Allies a little bit more. Honestly, I think the graphics in the game look gorgeous. I played the demo. It's all right. It didn't really get me all that excited about the game, and frankly, I canceled my pre-order for it, but I may pick up I probably will pick up the game at some point in the future. Okami HD, that's a nice surprise. Of course, the original Okami was on the Wii, so that's not a huge jump to think that Capcom would bring that game over to the Switch. Of course, you can play it in handheld mode with the touchscreen, or you can use the Joy-Con to do the brush motion. So that's pretty cool. Talked about Octopath Traveler, introduced some new characters, plus a big special edition for it. I'm not huge into RPGs, but this might be interesting to pick up, and it comes out July 13th, so that's nice. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes was then announced, and this is pretty interesting because I think when they originally announced this game, it kind of came out, the way they talked about it was that Travis was actually going to go into existing indie games, and that apparently is not the case now. It's just going, at least that's the way they made it sound. But with this game, he's going to go into different kind of video game genres, but it looks interesting, it looks fun, and it has co-op, so that is pretty cool. Okay, so then that brings us to Dark Souls Remastered. So obviously we know this game is coming out, I believe, in May. I think May 25th. Yeah, and they announced that there's going to be a network test. I guess this is kind of an early beta that's coming soon. And then they're actually coming out with a Astora amiibo. I think that's how you pronounce it. Which you can use to do the Praise the Sun gesture. I'm not all that familiar with Dark Souls, so that's cool, I guess. It is a pretty funny looking amiibo. But it's nice to have third-party support for amiibo. Then they went into Mario Tennis Aces, and I'm really excited about this game. Like, the more and more information that they give out about this game, it just seems to be a much deeper experience than Ultra Smash, which Ultra sucked. But you got a ton of different characters. You can even play as Chain Chomp, which I think is hilarious. You got Rosalina, Toadette and Toad, Peach, Daisy, Boo, Bowser Jr., Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and of course Mario and Luigi. So those are some fantastic characters. I'm sure there are going to be some unlockable ones as well. You can actually do kind of a what they call a zone shot, which slows down time, lets you pinpoint exactly where you want the ball to go. That's pretty cool. Of course, you can use motion controls to hit the ball. Your racket can actually break, which I'm a little worried about that. I hope it's not like a cheap mechanic where that's constantly happening and can be abused. But there are trick shots in it, and of course the story mode looks fun. There are going to be online tournaments, which you can get like different rewards like clothes and new characters and things like that. But it's coming out June 22nd, and they're going to do like a pre-launch tournament to allow people to try out the game, which is pretty awesome. So really looking forward to that. Next up, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is coming out to Switch, and I really enjoyed this game on the Wii U. I don't think I ever actually beat it, but it's a fun game. And of course, it's going to have added levels from Super Mario Odyssey, like New Donk City. So that's really cool. And it's going to have local co-op, and oddly, a 3DS version is coming. Now, a lot of people are wondering why that's happening, but I think a 3DS version would actually be pretty good. And I think that's the type of game that would really appeal to the 3DS audience. And it is going to be in 3D, which I think will help out the gameplay a lot, because since you have that added sense of depth, you'll be able to see in the dioramas where you can go into, and different, you know what I'm saying. So that is coming out July 13th. So really looking forward to that. And Undertale, a game I don't care about, but it's cool that it's coming to the Switch. That is coming eventually. No release date on that, but that's what they said. And this game was rumored heavily. It's Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Really awesome that those games are coming to Switch. I'm definitely picking those up. July 10th is the release date for that. Then we have Little Nightmares Complete Edition, another one I am picking up. It comes with 2 separate stories, all past DLCs in the game, and you can use the Pac-Man amiibo to get an exclusive outfit. That comes out May 18th. South Park: The Fractured But Whole is coming to the Switch on April 24th. All past DLC is going to be available for purchase in the Season Pass. And let's see. And they're coming out with another DLC that's available later in the year. Of course, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition comes out on May 18th. That's cool. I'm probably going to pick that up. I didn't really play it a ton on Wii U, so. And then we have a new version of Splatoon, version 3.0. They're adding Rank X. The Octo expansion is coming as paid DLC. It's going to be about $20. That looked pretty interesting. So yeah, that comes out in the summer. So that's really cool that they're still adding stuff to Splatoon. And then, of course, the final big reveal is that Super Smash Brothers is coming to the Switch. And the Inklings from Splatoon are part of the game. And this is a really big surprise. I didn't think they would announce it in this Direct. I was sure they were saving it for E3. But honestly, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fall release. They're probably going to release it to coincide with their online service. So that's really awesome. Really excited to see that game in action. So what did you guys think of the Nintendo Direct? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, like the channel, share the video, and subscribe. Till next time.